Hello, this is Philip Penna from the Ontario Environment Network, and I'm going to describe for you the website community.oen.ca, and it's a new service that we're providing to the member groups of the Ontario Environment Network. As you know, the Ontario Environment Network is affiliated with the Canadian Environmental Network, and membership in the OEN is reserved to groups, environmental organizations, non-profit organizations here in Ontario. And we've created a site here using a SociComms software for direct networking between our groups. What I mean by that is, right now, if you go to our website and you go to oen.ca/dir, which is our online directory, you'll find a list of environmental organizations, and each organization will have an email address and a contact person. And if they become a member of the OEN, that is the person to whom we contact, and with whom we're in contact. And if we send something to that person, we really rely on that person to then send it on to the rest of their membership. Well, this site sort of goes beyond that, one step further. It allows for that all our contact persons to be able to connect to each other directly. It also allows for members of each of the member groups to be able to be in touch with each other directly and between each other directly. How so? What does that mean? Well, let's say, for example, your organization, Group Y, is a member of the OEN. I send an invitation for you to join this group. You would join, and then you come in and you see that there's some groups here. And I've created a list of groups, a number of groups, and some others have created some other groups, based on the issues that environmental groups work on and are interested in. And let's just choose one here. Let's choose economics here. Right now there's only 2 members, myself and one other person, but that will change over time, I'm sure. And you'll see here, so you've just joined this, and you're saying, I'm interested in that, and so you want to join. So there's a way to join the group, and you'll see that it's not available to you at this point because it's just the way it's set up for now. Anyways, I can't join because I've already joined the group. That's why. Anyways, that's funny. So you join the group, and then you can start participating. You can make an announcement of something that you've done or something you've seen. You can comment on a posting, and you can go and participate in a library item. You can find the library item. You see how there's different tags, and when you find that library item and you're interested in it, and you can add a comment on that library item. So you can participate in this specific issue group directly. You can also send emails to all the members of this particular group. And let's, there's all the groups involved in this, add to these groups, etc. So, you can also subscribe to the discussion that's involved with this library item. You can have RSS feeds and that kind of thing. So let's just say that there's 10 groups who have 5 of their members that are involved, and member person A of group Z meets and discovers a bunch of other people who have a specific interest in this particular paper. Well, they can carry on a conversation with each other, and they can network with each other about it. And eventually, if they want, they can create a group. You go back to groups, and you can create a group, and you can call it CLAP paper XYZ, and discussion group, whatever you want, and you can make it a private group or a public group. And you can be a private group here, a public group. You can have membership as open or by approval. And the library items could be open, by approval, or closed. You can upload an image, that kind of thing. Now, this leads me to another point. Let's say you've got a member group X, and they've got 20 members, and they want to participate in this, but they want to have their own group, and they want to have a private group. Well, they can do so. So all those members of that particular organization, they would create a group, and they would have a private membership group for their own conversations internally to one to the other. And then they can also have that same organization, that same OEN member group could have a public group within this site as a way of presenting to the rest of the network information, action alerts, events, They could put questions, have polls, all that kind of stuff as a way of having a public face within the network, within this community page for the other member groups of the Ontario Environment Network. The other function here is the library function. As I've talked about here, each of the groups within, the discussion groups within here has a library. Each individual member can have a library, and they can have a blog and that kind of thing. But overall, you can have the library, and you can search all the libraries for a particular thing. So let's say, for example, we want to search all the libraries for biodiversity. There's a tag that comes up, and these are all the different things that come up for that have been posted on biodiversity. Now, why is this interesting? Now, these can be documents that you produce that are uploaded to this site. It could be a document you produce that's on another site, and you just put the URL. It could be a video, some other resource that's already online. Or it could be this, and this is what's most interesting to me, and I hope to you as well. Just type in a group, EBR. All right. There we go. I've created a little discussion group for EBR registry postings. There are thousands and thousands of postings on the Environmental Bill of Rights registry. And there's been thousands of postings from environmental organizations to the Environmental Bill of Rights postings. And we don't know who they are. We don't know what they are. They're not on a searchable library database within the registry or anything like that. So the history of environmental organizations' participation in the Environmental Bill of Rights registry is really hard to track. It's non-existent in terms of being able to study and review and to know what's been posted by whom, and the great resources and thinking that's been put into a great effort here over the last 20-odd years. So here what we could do is you could have an organization, let's say Organization Z has posted 100 submissions to 100 different postings over the last 20 years of the Environmental Bill of Rights. Well, and they're on their website. Well, they could go in here and they could go to the library. I'll close this down. They could add item to the library. They could have the link. It gets cut and pasted in here. They add the URL. Once you do that, I'll cancel this. Once you do that, you put in the appropriate tags. And then you can say, I also want this not just in this group, this group's library. I also want to have it in the library around biodiversity, water, indigenous peoples issues, whatever is appropriate, marine, energy. Each group has a library, and you can have it distributed and searchable through various libraries throughout the whole of the community site. And people can now be able to search the database, they'll search this library for postings on specific matters over the last 20 years on the Environmental Bill of Rights registry. Let's just take, for example, permits to take water. Let's say my organization wants to make a comment on a permit to take water, and I'd like to see what other groups have done in the past when they've submitted something on a permit to take water. Well, here they can come here, they can do a search for PTTW, permit to take water, and voila, you've got 20 postings that are there, and I can read them, I can look at them, I could then comment on them, I could ask questions of the person who posted it, and we can begin to have a discussion about it, and we begin to network and information share. Or, for example, let's say you've got a group, and they've got a group site, group K, and they've just published 5 research documents on energy to waste facilities. Well, they can post them to their group's library, and it'll be searchable, it'll be available, and it'll be and also people can read them, and when there's a particular person who's interested in a particular piece, they can comment on it, and the group who posted it will get a notice that a new person is interested, has seen that document, commented on it, and is interested in it, and we can begin to network on it. Not just the member group contact person, but all their members as well who are participating in this. Well, how do we get all our members of our member groups to participate in this? Well, first, the organization has to become a member in good standing in the OEN, and you can go to OEN.ca and you'll find out how to become a member. It's $40 a year. And then we ask, because it's a paid service, we ask for $3 per person per year. So, for example, if your board of directors has 10 people and all 10 want to participate in this, then we're asking for $30 for the year for those people to participate in this community group. I could go on about other things, but I think that's enough for now. You get a taste of what we're trying to do. We're trying to open up the networking for our members, not just the OEN member groups, but the members of our member groups, to be able to meet with each other, to discuss with each other, to network with each other, to create new groups, new forums of discussion. And we've got other software that'll be online tools that we'll be talking about in the future that can also help bring our membership together as well. If you have any questions, please contact me at 705-840-2888, or you can email me at oen.oen.ca.